Eighth house moon is a placement that makes you more and more antarmukh. Antarmukh means a time comes in the native's life when he starts turning inwards, when he starts looking within. And because of this, he goes through self-transformation. The eighth house is the most significant house in Kundali. It has the depth, and that is why Scorpio rules the eighth house. Without Scorpio, without the depth that eighth house brings, there is no coming to truth. There is no possibility of self-realization. Eighth house, or the sign Scorpio, although is ruled by Mars, but it is also ruled by Ketu and Neptune. Neptune is a planet that brings mystery in life, many secrets, and Ketu, as you all know, is all about self-realization. Ketu is all about self-learning. And so, when moon falls in the eighth house, there is a high possibility that the person has a certain depth of understanding. However, the moon should not be alone, and if it is alone in the eighth house, then the eighth house lord should be strong. And I have been saying this again and again in my previous video also, that is in moon in the sixth house. I had said the same thing, and I had also demonstrated certain kundalis such as of Albert Einstein, where the sixth house lord was very powerful. Similarly, in the eighth house when moon is placed, it is necessary that the eighth house lord is powerful, is placed in a positive house. If that is the case, then let me tell you, the eighth house moon can become a great source of your self-realization, of your success, because real success is based on your real understanding about yourself, and that happens only when you start turning inwards. I will share more on moon in the eighth house, and I am sure those who have moon in the eighth house will find a new perspective through this podcast. So let's begin. The urge to experience the beyond, the curiosity to know the secret of life, the sense to understand what is real and what is fake, is what the eighth house moon signify. And if you want to experience the beyond, if you want to experience the divine, if you want to experience that which is not seen to the naked eyes, then you will have to take a risk. Eighth house is therefore a house of risks, a risky house, and when moon is in the eighth house, the person is willing to take a risk. He is willing to jump first and then think as much as he wants to. And when you take risks, you also got to be mentally prepared for all kind of shocks that may come your way. And so these natives come with natural shock absorbers which help them to sail smoothly through the many upheavals and shocks of their life. Enlightenment is accidental. One who plans to get enlightened is never enlightened. Enlightenment is spontaneous by nature, and it comes only to those who are willing to follow the Master, the Guru, without asking any questions, without raising any doubts, without trying to be intellectual, without bringing their heads in between. Sant Kabir used to say to his followers, "If you want to come to me, first be prepared to cut your head. Only then come to me." The Master never likes those who are too much into their head. Head is logic. Logic is not bad, but if you apply too much of logic, then love is lost. The real juice of life is lost. In a way, all the fellows having moon in 8th house are fortunate because at some stage of life they do get the opportunity to meet the Master, to meet Jesus, Buddha, Mahavira. Once it happened, Jesus was walking on the seashore and he came across Peter the fisherman. And this was going to be the first meeting between the two. And it was, of course, not a scheduled meeting. It was accidental. It was just a coincidence that Jesus was walking and he came across Peter the fisherman. And Jesus looked into the eyes of Peter and said, "Peter, follow me. I will make you the fisher of men." Peter was an illiterate fisherman. He was not an intellectual man. He was meeting Jesus for the first time in his life. He didn't even knew who Jesus was. However, Peter must be a 8th house moon man because Peter could see that which others cannot. Peter could see a certain glow on Jesus' face. His voice was so deep. His aura was so divine that Peter instantly dropped the fisherman's net and started following Jesus. Imagine, just imagine, no questions were asked, no introduction was asked, no doubts were raised. The moment the Master said, "Follow me," young Peter started following Jesus. The world must have called Peter a crazy man, a madman, but let me tell you all, there is always a touch of madness to a genius man or a genius woman. Only a mad man can fall in love. Only a mad woman can fall in love, because there is always some madness in love. Peter fell in love with Jesus. He became one of the greatest lovers of Jesus that the world had ever known. And it is this same Peter the fisherman who later became Saint Peter. And he is regarded as one of the most enlightened saints in Christian religion. A poor illiterate fisherman transformed into a great saint. That is the power of faith, the power of love, the power of devotion, and the beauty of dropping the head, the logic. 8th house moon has the potential to carve a great saint out of a sinner. Remember, a saint is a sinner who keeps trying. That is what Nelson Mandela used to say. A saint is a sinner who keeps trying. Great transformation in life self-transformation, spiritual growth is possible with the moon in the 8th house. The very nature of 8th house is to go deeper and deeper into one's being and find the answers. In an evolved soul's birth chart, 8th house moon can work wonders. That reminds me of Osho Rajneesh. Osho's moon was in the 8th house of his ascendant chart. In fact, Osho had Venus, Mars, Saturn, Mercury, and Moon in the 8th house. However, the story is not over yet. The story ends with a positive note only when you observe his 8th house lord, Jupiter, exalted in the sign of Cancer. As you can see his ascendant chart, he was born with Cancer Jupiter in the 3rd house, and Jupiter is the 8th house lord. As mentioned earlier, moon in 8th house becomes extremely positive when 8th house lord is exalted and enjoys positive aspects. 8th house Mars and Venus does not favor celibacy, and Osho had publicly declared that he is not a celibate. On one occasion, he quotes, "I have never been celibate. Among so many beautiful women, you want me to be celibate? It is like standing by a beautiful spring, purest water flowing from the top of the hill, and you are standing thirsty by the side of it because you are enlightened. Forget all about it. I will take care of enlightenment later on. Right now, I am going to drink from this beautiful spring." Probably nobody can understand the true essence of love as much as an evolved soul with 8th house moon can. Osho, a perfect 8th house moon native, explains the true essence of love in the most beautiful way. He asks, "You think sex is love? It is simply biological bondage. In fact, only an enlightened person can make love. What you call making love is just biological gymnastics. You don't know what making love means. So I say to you that the enlightened man and the enlightened woman are the most beautiful lovers. It need not necessarily be sexual. It need not necessarily be non-sexual. An enlightened man is free. I am more free than Gautam Buddha, more free than Mahavira. Gautam Buddha did not have the guts to dance with a girl. I can dance because I don't see any problem. There is no hindrance, no boundary to me. I can do anything. My enlightenment has freed me from everything, including enlightenment itself." This is how Osho expresses the true essence of love. 8th house moon can bring enlightenment, and enlightenment is accidental. It happens in its own accord, in the most unexpected moment. Always remember, enlightenment is always accidental. That does not mean that you don't have to try for it, but for trying is not going to bring it. Your effort is not going to achieve it, but making the effort, searching in all direction in every possible way, someday it happens. Not because of your efforts, but because of your intense urge, a tremendous intensity like a flame within you. Enlightenment is accidental because it is unpredictable. It is said that before attaining enlightenment, Buddha had milk and rice. Now all Buddhist monks eat milk and rice before meditation. They are just imitating Buddha. Whereas it just happened that after having rice and milk, Buddha walked towards the banyan tree, sat beneath the tree, closed his eyes, went deep into meditation, and attained enlightenment at that very moment. It was accidental. There was no planning. Now the Buddhists think that the banyan tree and milk rice pudding is related to enlightenment. So almost every Buddhist monastery or shrine you will find huge tree and milk rice pudding. This is how people imitate that which is on the outside. Because that's all what you can do. That's all what shallow men and shallow women can do. You can always imitate the outward. You can smile like Buddha, but you cannot become Buddha. Because to become Buddha, you have to start your journey within. The only journey is the journey within. Always remember this. 8th house moon is an excellent placement for a native who is spiritual by nature and want to progress on his or her spiritual path, the Buddha path. And when you walk on the spiritual path, it is necessary to remind yourself that not everyone will understand your journey. And so you need not waste your time in making everyone understand your journey. Instead, focus on living your life with consciousness and continue to take efforts, because without efforts, without consistent efforts, nothing is possible in life. To succeed, you need to take efforts, whether spiritual or material life. Efforts are required to succeed. Bhagwan Raman Maharshi says, Ishta Devata and Guru are aids, very powerful aids on spiritual path. But an aid to be effective requires your effort also. Your effort is absolutely necessary. It is you who should see the sun. Can spectacles and the sun see for you? You yourself have to see your true nature. Not much aid is required for doing it. Bhagwan Raman Maharshi also had the placement of his moon in the 8th house. Here is a quick look at the birth chart of the Bhagwan. As you can see, moon is placed in the 8th house in Cancer sign, as well as the Lord of the 8th house is also moon. And so this is exactly what makes the 8th house moon positive. Based on my findings, that when the Lord of the 8th house is strong, the result of 8th house moon is also very positive. I am truly happy to see that the Bhagavan had his moon placed in the 8th house. I humbly prostrate before His Holiness Bhagavan Sri Raman Maharshi. Probably nobody has shared the many insights, especially on mind, as much as the Bhagavan has shared so compassionately with this human world. There is no mind to control if you realize the self. The mind having vanished, the self shines forth. In the realized man, the mind may be active or inactive, the self remains for him, says Bhagwan Raman Maharshi. Only a 8th house moon native can truly understand the true essence of mind and the art of dealing with the mind, and the evolved souls are fully aware that there is no such thing as mind. The Bhagavan says, never mind the mind, because you are not the mind. You are the self, and the self is what knows the real truth. And so to realize the truth, you first have to overcome the mind. Only then the truth will descend upon you. In the space of no mind, truth descends like light. Eighth house moon is excellent placement for spiritual seekers. In fact, it is a sign that signifies interest in spirituality or in occult. Depending on the quality of the soul, if the soul is of superior quality, it will pursue the spiritual path, the Buddha path. Or else, if the soul is still not evolved, then it will pursue the path of magics and mysteries, which has absolutely nothing to do with spirituality. Second house is your face. Eighth house is the face of your partner. The looks and appearance of your partner is based on the eighth house lord. The family of your partner is also based on the condition of your eighth house and the eighth house lord. Moon in eighth house definitely brings problems from the in-laws. However, this moon does provide a partner who has an attractive face. However, such a partner is very moody by nature. Eighth house is directly connected with fame. Whenever you have major planets in the 8th house and the 8th house lord and 11th house lord is exalted, you will attain fame, world fame. 8th house signifies repressed sexual needs. If Venus is weak and Mars is not well placed in the birth chart, then 8th house moon can give way to sexual perversion. Always remember, repressing sexual needs often leads to sexual perverts. Just by condemning, nothing is destroyed. If you say sex is bad, you condemn it, but you cannot destroy it. Just by condemning it, it is not destroyed. Rather, it may become more dangerous force, because when repressed, it may struggle to be expressed. And if you go on struggling with it, not allowing it, it will become perverted. Repression will make you more sexual, and the sex energy will struggle and will try to come out in any way, in any form, at any moment. And that is how many sexual scams happen. And they mostly happen in ashrams, in monasteries, and in places of worship where sex or sexual thoughts are repressed. Most sexual molestation and sexual exploitation has happened in temples, in mosques, and in churches. And there is no denial to this fact, since most of these cases have been reported in newspapers across the world. One good example is of the US President Bill Clinton. Bill has moon placed in the 8th house, and he is still remembered for the famous sexual scandal with Monica Lewinsky that happened when he was the US President. A quick look at the birth chart of Bill Clinton. As you could see that in Bill Clinton's chart, moon is placed in the 8th house in Aries sign, and Mars has gained strength because it is placed in the ascendant. Venus Mars in ascendant gave him a highly charismatic personality. Being charismatic is one major criteria and a key to winning elections or attaining popularity. He was saved from impeachment because of his strong 8th house lord, that is Mars. 8th house moon gives results based on the overall quality of the birth chart. The results are based totally on the level of awareness and the state of consciousness of the native. In shallow men and shallow women's birth chart, This 8th house moon will simply lead to negative mindset, which is always busy in plotting, in intrigues and backstabbing others by means of black magic and hidden agendas. However, in evolved soul's chart, the 8th house moon leads him to real growth. And real growth is always based on your inner growth. And the proof or evidence that inner growth is happening within you is the presence of joy. Joy is the evidence of your inner growth. Always remember this. And when you are filled with joy, then you start experiencing the presence of God within your heart. For that is the place where you would see the first glimpse of God in your heart. 8th house moon evolved soul is not much interested in getting respect. He is not behind earning respect. He or she is more interested in receiving love. And so you may find them having no manners. This is because they are individuals. To them, respectability is slavery and individuality is dignity. Their dignity is in living their life by being real, by being yourself. 8th house moon is simply being yourself. Always remember, a man who lives through manners is always thinking of respect and never of love. And what is respect in comparison to love? Love is something alive. Respect is absolutely dead. Respect is absolutely dead thing. Love is alive. And love is found only when you come out of your comfort zone. 8th house moon does exactly that. It gives the courage to risk everything for love. The society teaches you to sacrifice everything just to be alive, just to survive. Sacrifice everything. But then what is the value of such a life? It is simply worthless, a living body without a soul. The 8th house moon native is a man of heart. He is willing to risk everything. He is willing to sacrifice for the sake of love. Remember, you can sacrifice and not love. But you cannot love and not sacrifice. True love is selfless. It is prepared to sacrifice. To take risk, you need to be courageous. To sacrifice, you need to have a certain depth of understanding. And to experience the divinity of love, you need to have the guts to step out of your comfort zone. 8th house moon does just that. It is not meant for an ordinary life. It is born to do something extraordinary, something special, something unique. Thomas Edison, the great scientist who invented the first bulb, also had a moon in 8th house. The extraordinary beautiful Hollywood actress Marilyn Monroe also had a moon in 8th house. And so does the man who fought for the black Americans, the civil rights activists, Martin Luther King Jr. had a moon in 8th house. Even today, many global leaders look up to him as their idol. Such is the significance of moon in 8th house. The reason these men and women became great is because they worked towards their goal when others were sleeping. No person is born great. Great people become great when others are sleeping. Others are sleeping in their comfort zones, whereas these men and women take efforts to bring awareness to their life and thereby attain the mission of their life by stepping out of their comfort zones. Great things never come from comfort zones. Moon in the 8th house is a sign that the person is born for great things, to achieve great things. And what can be greater than God? And that is why you see Osho Rajneesh, Bhagwan Sri Raman Maharshi, and many such great saints having moon in the 8th house. 8th house moon is not a good placement for someone who wants to plan for a family, for someone who wants to have a family life, a typical married life with few children. For such a person, the 8th house moon can create problems. It can create problems in the marriage. It can bring many shocks and surprises, many upheavals in your married life. But 8th house moon is excellent for someone who is on the spiritual path. It is good for a monk, or it is good for someone who is a seeker. 8th house is the depth. If you remove the 8th house, then life becomes shallow. There are many shallow men and shallow women in this world. They will not understand a single word that I am sharing. If you give some good sweets to a donkey, then the donkey will not realize its importance. He will throw it away. She will throw it away. So the sweet also has to be served to someone who deserves, someone who understands the significance of it, someone who has the depth of understanding. And this depth of understanding comes only when you have moon in the 8th house and the 8th house lord is strong, is well placed. As you have seen, Bhagwan Raman Maharshi's Kundali, moon is placed in Cancer in the 8th house. 8th house lord in the 8th house itself, a very strong 8th house. In case of Osho, 8th house, Jupiter is exalted in the sign Cancer. 8th house lord is very important. If it is strong, if it is well placed, and if it is also a yoga karak, then this 8th house moon can actually create many wonders in your life. In horoscope, the 6th house, the 8th house, and the 12th house, all these three houses are very significant. If you remove all these three houses, 6, 8, 12, then you just get a plastic rose. A plastic rose is beautiful, but it is dead. Similarly, life will be all hunky-dory. Everything will be good. But you will never learn. You will never grow. You will never mature. You will remain a plastic rose, driving few cars, having the pleasures of body, and having good bank balance. That's all. There is no 6th house. There are no challenges, no struggle. There is no 8th house. There is no self-transformation which happens through 8th house. And there is no 12th house through which you get in touch with the unseen, the beyond. So if you remove all these houses, 6th, 8th and 12th, then what are you? You are just a robot. You are just a plastic rose. You just eat, drink and sleep. What is the use of such a life? A life is useful when you are able to grow within. Inner growth, when it happens, only then this human life is of some use. Otherwise it is totally wasted. You have done nothing. You may be a CEO or you may be a CFO, what is the use? Apart from earning money and apart from earning respectability, what else have you earned? There is no self growth. Your whole life is wasted. And that is what happens. Whole life is wasted if the 6th house lord, 8th house lord, and 12th house lord is not strong and is not well placed in the Kundali. And that is why I love all these 3 houses. And it is a strange thing that those who have planets in these 3 houses, they are naturally attracted towards me. It happens. You can call it as a law of attraction. The 8th house is very, very important. There is no learning, there is no transformation, there is no growing in the true sense if 8th house is weak and poor. Enough for today. Jai Sri Ganesha. Jai Guru.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.